Hello all, welcome to i-tutor Academy. In today's session, we will start with Unit 10 of Mmpc 008, that is System Analysis and Designs. So, structure of this unit are there is an introduction part, objectives, application, software development and customization, and the systems development life cycle, phases of SDLC, that is System Development Life Cycle. Under that, there is project identification and selection, project initiation and planning, analysis, logical design, physical design, implementation, operation and maintenance, summary, unit and exercises, and reference section also. So let's begin with the introduction part. Software is required to automate a process. So the process is to be automated could be any part of an activity or many activities at the organizational level in terms of an information system. Success of any system depends on the approach of building it. And if the development approach is right, the system will work successfully from the inception of an idea for a software system until it is implemented and delivered. And even after that, the system undergoes gradual development and evolution. So the software is said to have a life cycle composed of several phases, and each of these phases result in the development of either a part of the system or something associated with the system, and such as a test plan or a user manual. In the traditional life cycle model, each phase has well defined starting and ending point with clearly identifiable deliverable to the next phase. And objectives of this unit are: there is describe systems development life cycles, identify different phases of systems life cycle and explain the process of system analysis, describe the conceptual basis of system design and know about implementation and maintain of software. And next is application software development and customization. Information system is an arrangement of people, data, process, information presentation and information technology that interact to support and improve day-to-day operation of a business, as well as support the problem solving and decision making need of management and users. Information system is categorized as application software, and it can be standalone module, subsystem or an integrated system to automate process in the organization. Software is developed using computer languages. This process is also known as coding. Development of software is either done by internal team or it can be developed by any IT service provider as decided by the organization. Before going for the development of the software, all users of the desired software in the organization give the requirements. Based on this requirement, only the software is developed, and nothing more and nothing less is the mantra which is followed for automating the business process. And similar, like constructing a building, the software development undergoes several well-defined steps like requirements gathering and doing analysis for the cost involvement and readiness to adopt the new system, doing analysis for inter and intra-process relationship, preparing designs, coding and testing of the developed software, and installation of the software, and finally putting the software into practice by imparting all necessary and sufficient training to users for making it sustainable. And you have seen the concept of integrated applications with example like ERP, SCM, CRM, etc. These software are not developed again and again by organizations for business automation. Rather, they are developed by IT companies in such a way that the produced system become generic. They can be further changed to suit the requirements of organizations globally. Software tools are available to make such an application software. The process of making changes in already developed application software is called customization. It is standard practice available these days. Here also requirements from users are required to make changes accordingly. And coding is also required to fill gaps under the customization process. Similarly, other steps of software development are also required in adopting and adapting the system, be it CRM, SCM, ERP, or any other third party developed software. And next is system development life cycle. And in system development life cycle, the goal of the information system life cycle is to keep the project under control and assure that the system produced satisfies the requirements. The system life cycle is the oldest method for building information system and is still used today for complex, medium or large systems projects. This methodology assumes that an information system has a life cycle similar to that of any living organism with a beginning, middle, and an end. This is known as the System Development Life Cycle (SDLC). The traditional system life cycle divided the project mainly into 4 steps, each of which has distinct deliverables such as computer program, standard operating procedures, or design documents. The deliverables are related because each subsequent steps built on the conclusion of previous steps. The 4 steps in traditional SDLC are initiation, development, implementation, and operation and maintenance. So here is one figure, traditional SDLC phase. So in this starting there is initiation. So initiation and a statement of what the problem is and how the information system should be, and its development is there, and the programs that run on a computer plus user documentation and procedure. Then it implement in between there is information system operation as part of a business process, and next level is operation and maintenance. So after that there is realization that the implementation is incomplete, and then again it go through implementation procedure, and then it realization that the information system must be changed before implementation can be completed. So then again it develop and change in purpose, scope of schedule. So then again it initiation. So this is the traditional SDLC phase, and some deliverable are oriented towards the technical staff, and whereas other are directed toward or produced by users and managers. The latter ensure that users and their management are included in the system development process. And the traditional system lifecycle is a tightly controlled approach designed to reduce the likelihood of mistakes or omissions. Despite its compelling logic, it has both advantages and disadvantages, and adherence to fixed deliverable and sign off improves control but guarantees a lengthy process. Having specific deliverable due at a specific time makes the schedule of deliverables. When merely going through the motions of producing deliverable on schedule, participants may be tempted sometimes to turn in work that is incomplete and to approve documents they do not truly understand. However, the traditional SDLC is the standard against which other approaches are compared. Project managers who want to bypass some of its steps still need a way to deal with the issues they raise. And SDLC is a standard methodology for the development of information system, and traditional SDLC was strictly sequential. The software developers had to first complete the previous phase then start the next phase. But now the concept of repository is introduced in SDLC, and it is known as fast SDLC methodology, where work is done across shared repository. It means that all the inputs and output of phases must be stored in the repository. At any time, developers can backtrack to previous phase, and they can also work on 2 phases simultaneously. And repository is thus defined as data store of accumulated system knowledge, system models, detailed specification, and any other documentation that has been accumulated during the system's development. And this knowledge is reusable and critical to the production system ongoing support. The repository is implemented with the various automated tools, and it is often centralized as an enterprise business and IT resource. In SDLC, it is also possible to complete some activities in one phase in parallel with some other activities of another phase. Sometimes life cycle is iterative, and that is phase are repeated as required until a satisfactory and acceptable system is found. Some people consider life cycle to be spiral in which we constantly cycle through the phase at a different level of detail. The life cycle can also be thought of a circular process in which the end of the useful life of one system leads to the beginning of another project that will develop a new version or replace an existing system to altogether. Every custom software producer will have its own specific detailed life cycle or system development methodology. Even if a particular methodology does not look like cycle, and you will discover that many of SDLC steps are performed. SDLC techniques and tools are used, and in order to make this unit generic, we follow a rather general life cycle model as described in figure 10.2. And phase of system development life cycle is here. There is project initiation and planning, and then project identification, analysis, logical design, physical design, implementation, operation and maintenance. Then again it go to implementation, physical design, logical design, analyze, and project identification, project initiation and planning. It is a round figure. So phase of this is the round phase also, so it repeat again and again. Okay, so activity A is here based on this. Try to do it. And SDLC consists of mainly 7 phases. So there is project identification, we already discussed that, project initiation, planning, analysis and logical design, physical design, implementation, operation and maintenance. Okay. So this is about today's section, and one by one we will explain on next section. So today this is okay. So we just started this, and you just initiate this phase, and for more MBA videos you just do like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.
i-tutor Academy presents Ignou MBA complete syllabus coverage classes for individual students, semester-wise subject with online and flexible timing. For more details, contact on +916 238 21785.